we ready? Yes! Lovely, thank you. Lunch is coming. It's still before us. It's okay.
That would be very embarrassing.
Studies and all, if you are getting into IITs, IIMs, or in future wherever you want to go, or you are giving an interview for a scholarship, they'll ask you, what is the most unique thing that you've experienced in life? Yeah? So there you'll have to say, nobody has experienced this, only me, of course, you guys will go individually. A half Welsh man playing an Afghan instrument, yeah, collaborating with a Manipuri folk singer at Ziro Valley, yeah, in a college called? Yeah, so much weakness in your voice. In a college called? So this, my friends, is history that we've just made here. So much for inviting us. I'll just end because everybody's ending with quote and all. So I just want to end with a said by Kung Fu Panda. You've seen Kung Fu Panda? Yeah? Because of my son, I watched Kung Fu Panda like 36 times. So I wish these lines are actually said by Wu Gui. This is not said by Wu Gui, but this is said by some other great man. But I believe in my heart that it was said by Wu Gui, the wise turtle. So he says to Panda that tomorrow is history. Yesterday is?
History.
Huh? Yesterday is a mystery, yeah?
No. Yesterday is
Yes, I
history.
get it wrong. Yesterday is
History.
history. Is yesterday history or tomorrow? No, tomorrow is a mystery. You guys are bad at correcting me. Tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a
Gift.
today is a gift. That's why they call it a
Present.
present. This was the present that we got today. Yeah. All of you live in the present, collaborate, and make Ziro great again. Thank you.
Excuse me. I have a question here.
One last question, sir.
One last question. Taga Cari Cemaka. I hope you have a good time here in Ziro Valley. My question is, when it comes to literature and music, what is your perspective on its correlation?
What is perspective on, sorry?
When it comes to literature and music, what is your perspective on its correlation?
On its correlation?
Yes.
Yeah. Where were you hiding? Yeah. Should have asked that question.
Somewhere in the booth.
Literature and music, I think there's literature in music itself. And when you listen to the music, completely drawn into it, it becomes literature.
Now can we go?
So my question is for sir.
Finally.
Yes, sir. So what are your point of views and how do you feel about Hindustani classical music?
Well, I mean, I moved to India when I was 19 to study this road. So obviously I feel very strongly about it. It's something for me that obviously I'm not from here, I'm not from India. But to hear the Sarod was something that was very powerful. And when I heard that instrument, I said that's the kind of emotion that I want to create with my music, is something like that I felt at that point. So yeah, I've spent the last, I guess, 15 or maybe I'm older than that, years or so, studying Indian classical music and coming to India and to study not just classical music but also the kind of folk traditions of this place. Yeah, it's something that keeps drawing me back and I keep coming back because I love it here so much.
Yes. And so one more question.
But he still can't play Osana.
And so what difference did you find between the Afghani classical music and Hindustani classical music?
So actually Afghan classical music is based primarily on Hindustani classical music because in the 18th and 19th century musicians came from India to the royal courts there and those musicians that were there and that became the classical music of Afghanistan. So there is a lot of overlap between the two. And particularly if you look at the rebab and the sarod was invented by rebab players, so they're both very similar instruments in technique you can take between these two instruments as well. So there's a lot of similarities. There are some differences obviously, but yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Raju, last question you had, right? Ask, yeah, it's okay.
I have a trivial question. I just wanted to know what's the Welsh pronunciation of the album?
Okay. See, I also don't speak Welsh, so it's in Islawing Gan Fleiss, which means in the hand 100 voices, which is the description of an instrument called the kruth, which is a very similar instrument to the viola, which I also don't play that instrument, but if I get one.
go now? With your permission, I'd like to thank you again.
Thank you, Dr. Rees. Thank you, Ma'am Manka and Sir Paljur. What a beautiful performance to end the day with. Now, as this beautiful journey of third edition of Ziro Literary Festival 2022 comes to an end, I would like to request the Principal of St. Claret College, Dr. Father Alvin Mendoza, for the closing remarks. Please, a big round of applause for our principal.
Before we go into the closing remarks, we have a short event. It's a book release. Actually, it's the outcome of the workshops that we had. The workshops are a graphic novel workshop, creative writing, and poetry workshop. We also had the documentary making workshop as well. The outcome of that workshop is already being relayed on 2 screens there. So may I invite Shri Mon Kikon on stage to do the honors. Please, sir. This is the most difficult task to give the closing remarks when everyone is hungry, everyone is impatient. I had said this before. My grandmother had given me an advice. Never talk to people who are hungry. She had told that. And my profession being one of preaching, I have to be very careful when I talk to hungry people. Having said that, I would like to just wind up. I'll be as quick as possible. Now, at the completion of ZLF 2022, I stand here feeling, having a sense of satisfaction that we could pull this through. You know, the past 2 years we missed out on ZLF due to the pandemic. And this year when it was proposed that we will have ZLF, I was all excited and I was really looking forward to having it here. We had several challenges. Logistics, I don't know how we would have made it here. Logistic difficulties. Lubna, Anup and Bobby visited the campus in July. When they came here in July, all the work was still going on. The ceiling was not done here, the stage wasn't ready, painting was yet to be done. A lot of works to be completed. We had just over 1.5 to 2 months to get this venue ready. That was one of the first difficulties. And then after everything was ready, just I was mentioning to Sir also that this week we had the inauguration of this building. So everyone, virtually everyone in this college was busy with preparations for the inauguration. But yet the workshops were going on right from the 15th of September. So as I mentioned, a few workshops were conducted as a build-up to these 2 days. Now, what have we gained from ZLF 2022? If I ask that question and if I ask you all to give your answers, you will have varied answers. I love one definition of education. I'm from education myself. So I love one definition of education. It's a very catchy one. I don't know if you'll get marks if you write that in your exam, in the answer scripts. The definition is, education is that which remains when all that is taught is forgotten. Education is that which remains when all that is taught is forgotten. I wish and pray that all of us here are educated by ZLF. A few days from now, most of us will forget the names of the authors, poets, literary giants who have deliberated here. And for those of us who on whom visuals make an impression, this setup also will gradually fade from our memories. But what is important is that even though the words and visuals are forgotten, the ideas, concepts that were discussed here must remain. They must remain with us, and gradually they must translate into action. That would be the success of ZLF. Every ZLF has been an unique experience. This was no different. I place on record all those who worked behind the scenes. Very shy people are here, but I would like to mention their names as well. Lubna, the director of ZLF, Anup Kuti, Bobby Hanu, Yashika, Aido, and Mr. Dani Lailyang, Gyati Ampi, faculty from the departments of English and Mass Communication, Father Ernest, Father Thomas, and all the volunteers who have really worked hard for the success of this Ziro Literary Festival. All students and guests who have attended this event, thank you for attending it, and I'm sure that you have gained a lot from this experience. As a concluding remark, I would say, and I think you all will agree with me, ZLF has been entertaining, it has been enriching, and with this last session, it has also been enchanting. See you here next year. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Father Olvimandas, for the closing remarks. And now, we come to the end of the program, and we all may proceed to lunch. For the resource people, the lunch is served backstage, on my right, and the students, they will have their refreshment backside. Thank you.